As the final 2 days of the Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball season arrive, the champ has become the challenger. Bethania de la Cruz Mejia must be perfect if she hopes to catch Brittany Abercrombie. The young opposite has outplayed and outpaced 43 of the world's best players. Will she take the final 2 steps to the title, or will Betty find a way to block Britt from immortality? The penultimate night of Season 4 is served right now. Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Champions Week, presented by Baden. Our 28th match takes the floor here in Mesa, Arizona. Team Kingdon Richel versus Team Abercrombie from the Arizona Athletic Grounds. Final match of a Sunday night. Look at our leaderboard. Said Bethania de la Cruz Mejia had to be perfect. Well, she was, alongside all of her teammates, and our championship chase continues to be a tight contest between the top 2 women. What will Brittany Abercrombie do tonight? Hey, look at Lecator Member-Monet. Along with de la Cruz Mejia, played her way up onto the leaderboard. So much yet to be determined. Welcome inside, everybody. Kevin Barnett back alongside Olympian Key Michael. Key, we've had 3 sweeps in our Week 5 action. Is this the 4th?
I mean, winner, winner, chicken dinner for both these 2 teams in the last match. However, only one of them can eat tonight. For me, that's going to come down to the opposite positions. Who's going to come the hungriest? Both Willow Johnson and Abercrombie did not have a great night at the office, did not feast last time, so one of them has to.
Captain's always looking for support from their #1 draft picks. Brooke Nuneviller, 13 kills, hit a high percentage, and played defense.
I love this combination. Perfect complement to Captain Maddie Kingdon Richel. Nuneviller continues to impress with her offense, chipping and chiseling and going with power on the pin, but it's her defense that wins games. A former libero with the most digs on her team on Friday and a solid part of this passing lineup. I think this is her week to shine on Team Arizona here at home.
Okay, Key, on the other side, I'm rolling down the window and starting to say it's all about setting that TTA.
Yeah, a rising star in the gold jersey impressed her captain so much as to be snagged as her first draft pick, and it paid off. On a night where the superhuman Abercrombie had a dose of the kryptonite, TTA stepped up in a big way. 20 points and top scorer for her side on Friday. After spending the first few weeks of the season on the bench, she's finally showing not only her athleticism, but also her ability to carry a hefty load of the offense. And I think week 5 is just the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, TTA has been nothing short of outstanding. I've been looking forward to this match since we saw those performances, those sweeps on Friday night. Willow Johnson back to serve for Team Kingdon Richel. How do you get Willow Johnson going? Number 44, she was 6 of 28, 071, but hit some outstanding balls otherwise.
I mean, I talked to her before the match, as I tend to do, and she tells me the same thing every time. She's with a new setter, so Friday night is her hardest night. She has to really get that connection going. She wants a high but fast ball, which I think with a new setter to do is difficult. She said they nailed that in training yesterday, and she's feeling good.
All right, maybe give her some perfect pass opportunities to start. She'll be in the back row. She serves, and we are underway. Tough pass right off of Hentz. Johnson scoops. Kingdon Richel out of the back row. Now you notice Karis Watson got the start. No Kayla Handline tonight. She is unavailable, so they are -1 middle on the Team Kingdon Richel side, and an important middle at that.
Yeah, a middle that's been rising, not only in her stat points, but in our visibility. Tough loss for Blue.
Flat serve right at Hentz. Thader stopped by Watson, slowed down a bit, and it's Billy with the dump. We saw setters get involved in the last match as well.
I mean, setters love to get involved, and we love to see it, because if you're an offensive setter and tall, like Hilly is, that's got to be one of your weapons. Find a way to be part of the offense, find a way to put some stress on the blockers on the other side. Sydney
Hilly played her college ball at Wisconsin, checking in at 6 feet tall. Another tough serve right down the middle, perfect pass again. Ball inside, Johnson with the defense, she'll get it back here. Aggressive swing, like the idea, but a miss into the cable.
And I like the idea that you mentioned as well. Get her going with some perfect passes in an in-system situation, because she also mentioned that she had a double block every time she went up to swing in the last match. That has a lot to do with Betty being her former captain, reading her really well, knowing what to do on her, but you're right, try and get her firing.
Emily Thader, tough serve, backslide, Watson. Right back, tip over the top. Johnson is right there. Lindsay van der Weide blasts through, and that ball found the wrong section of the ceiling and gets away from Team Kingdon-Rishel. On the Team Abercrombie side, it was 438 points on Friday night for Temi Thomas Ailara. Give you an idea just how good she's been. She had 0 kills in week 1. And she found herself near the bottom of the list in terms of points for the weekend. So that ball is long. She's been in week 3, 4th in points, week 4, 6th in points, and then her outstanding performance with that 435 tops of the entire evening on Friday.
And I have to say that not shocked me, but certainly knowing how well Abercrombie has played, thinking, okay, if she doesn't have a good night at the office, it's going to be a difficult match because she has traditionally carried some of her teams. That was not the case on Friday. Temi Thomas Ailara was doing a big portion of the heavy offensive lifting.
2 captains' challenges per team per set. You see the list of what can be challenged. They're looking for a touch. The Team Kingdon-Rishel side, no touch was called on the initial attack, but they are looking to see if there was one. Keith?
Let's have a little peek. Typically, I'm looking for some moving fingers. I think the culprit would be Kaz Brown, her right hand there, but I don't see any movement if I'm being honest, which I always am.
Julie Vogt, our R2, is in.
From that angle, you see it go way over, don't you?
She's in the replay booth and should be coming out shortly as soon as she sees that angle. Good work by our crew.
And I do wonder if the blue team, we know that they were watching the previous match. We saw them sitting on the sidelines, and it was a block fest for the orange side. So potentially, Captain Maddie's come in and said, all right, team, let's start out by swinging high. Let's not be silly and swing directly into the block.
All right, no touch there. For Team Abercrombie, I had a question. So Britt Abercrombie, 47 attempts, 13 kills. Is that too many attempts for the captain? How do you improve her percentage of 191? tonight?
It's not too many attempts, though, because we've seen her get that many balls before. I think potentially if she's not in her rhythm, then is the moment to go away, to use somebody else, which is what Maddie Bug did. But I also asked the captain herself, hey, what was going on? Is it the connection with Maddie Bug that was missing? She didn't give me a whole lot. She said, yeah, we worked on the connection yesterday. I asked, did you want it fast or higher? What did you need? Just the connection. So
Brittany Abercrombie's like the vault. You're just not getting anything out of there. You can spin the dial all you want. You can get the stethoscope on the thing. Doesn't matter. You're getting nothing out of number 4 except a whole bunch of excellence, kills, and points on the leaderboard. I
remember asking her in a post-match interview something about her first draft pick once, and I learned my lesson quickly. She was giving me nothing.
Spend all the time you want on that question. You're not getting anything out of it. Brooke Nuneviller gets everything back on that play. Dangerous spot for Nuneviller.
Strong block there. Kaz making one little step and then returning to sender. And that's a great middles move right there. If you get pulled one way, just be quick.
25th block for Kaz Brown. Delivery outside, van der Weide, no. Trying to get Johnson going early as Team Kingdon-Rishel. Van der Weide down the line, and good. So I wonder with Team Abercrombie also, so they had their middles, 5 blocks between Thader and Brown. Pretty good number across the sets and a lot of controls, but only 20 combined attempts. Now to give you a little context around that, they were playing against Molly McCade. She had 19 alone.
Yeah, that's certainly something that I talk about a lot. You all know it. Anyone who's out there listening, I'm a former middle, and I'm always trying to rep the middle and say set them more. But you're exactly right. If the middle doesn't get involved, it just becomes a harder time all around for the pit. So I would love to see much more middle offense.
All right, 4-point run here for Team Abercrombie. As they want to do with the captain at the line, they are running some points. Ball pop back, Hilly. Delivery to the captain, he takes an aggressive swing, goes through the block, and Maddie Kingdon-Rishel was nothing short of exceptional the other night. 411 leaderboard points for Maddie Kingdon. In her maiden voyage at the captain's spot, she had 422, had 21 kills. Her signature performance thus far at Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball. Backslide, Brown. Nice up by Nuneviller. Oh, that ball coming all the way over to Johnson, who was not expecting it.
That one stings, because that shouldn't have been a block. That should not have been a point to the gold side. That was a soft roll into the hands of the blockers. The idea there is to cover. Willow caught sleeping.
Ace service, it becomes terribly costly there. 9-4, do you call a timeout right now?
I think I probably would. That's a momentum shifter right there. The ones that dribble over the net and just 3 bodies in front of it, that's so tough.
Blake, good pass, Rosenthal misses, and I would expect the timeout, which you have 2 as a captain.
And again, Dave Rubio on the sideline, so maybe Maddie's given the reins to him to stand up and call.
She didn't look over. Dave stood up, sat back down. It is mostly captain's choice here. Rosenthal tips over the top. Hence, did she get there? Play on. Say the referees. Willow inside the block. That's the winner. So maybe conserved here. 10-5. We roll on in set 1.
And the interesting part about being a captain, and this as Maddie's first go as captain, she might not be thinking about things like that. As a captain, you're now the coach, and that's not something that's normally the case for these players. They're used to kind of just putting their head down and working and not worrying about when to call a timeout, when to make a substitution.
Dig from Nunneviller, tip coverage by TTA. Johnson pulled the angle several times. That one ruled wide.
I thought that was in. Where I was sitting, it looked like it tagged the line, but you and I, as we mentioned many a time, get no vote.
That is correct. No vote for the all-position team.
Nope.
We talked about earlier, no vote on MVPs, but you could get a vote on MVPs. If you're an Unlimited Club member, you can actually vote on who is your most impressive player in the match. It's actually known in Japan as the MIP for a while, not the MVP.
Most impressive player?
Most impressive versus most valuable.
Most interesting player.
Well, most interesting, that'd be a different competition.
Most illustrious player.
Most industrious player. Who did origami during the match? That ball flipped up. I think that was Nunneviller reaching back. What a play that was. Softly done by Emily Fader to the corner. Fader putting in work throughout that rally just to be available.
Yeah, that's what you got to do as a middle. It's a thankless job, but every once in a while you'll get set. She probably jumped 20 times before we even noticed her.
Willow in rhythm, down the line, winner. So Willow Johnson is, to the point we were talking about earlier, getting opportunities.
Yeah, and this is exactly what she talked about, having had that conversation after the Friday night, which is usually a struggle for her when she's with a brand new setter. Now, Sydney Healy knows what she wants.
Another dig, another opportunity. Set too far over, saved by Watson, charging in.
Great heads-up play from Watson. That was stinky coming out of Jenna Rosenthal's hands, and we're all kind of cringing there, thinking that's a foregone conclusion. Good work by the middle blocker.
Taylor Bruns taking root, checking in to serve. She's been effective this year in this role. Thomas Ilara. Watson with the play. Kingdon can't get it by. Abercrombie next to Fader. That's a big block.
That is an enormous block. And not just in height, but in experience. Fader second best in blocks in the whole league. She's kind of sneaky in that role, crept her way up, and we don't talk about her a whole lot in games, but she's just efficient.
Illinois native who played at Northwestern, then Wisconsin. Tammy Thomas Ilara back to serve. And when you say graduated, well, she had a degree in biomechanical engineering and then applied biology. How's that doing for you, Key?
He's a very ingenious player.
There we go. Good touch, hence we'll push it forward. Lake, Nunneviller, can't get there. A little too low. Abercrombie to Lake, who spins around. Reset. To the middle, tipped over the top. Longest rally of the match. How about the opposite? Not yet. High ball. Out.
What a play. Okay, defense, both these two teams. That one from Mary Lake where she's scrambling to get back in position. But there were a few different balls that coulda, shoulda, woulda been down, but weren't. I'm loving this defensive effort.
Team Kingdon Rischel eventually winning the point, and here they cannot score another off their own service. They've gone all the way around. Johnson in the right back. 14-9, Abercrombie. After one trip around the dial here.
And I'm keeping my numbers, or my eyes on Abercrombie's numbers, because again, we talked about her not having her most efficient offensive day. Still only 1 kill so far, and yet the lead is such, and that's just testament to the rest of the team. Perfect example.
Lindsay Van de Weyden with the huge stuff, her college coach in attendance, and she sends us to the technical timeout. When we get back, our own Savannah Collins, our points maven, will break down the leaderboard situation. Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball is sponsored by Baden. Volleyball summer camp coming to an end. 2 more nights, the end of this one, and then tomorrow, and that'll be it. Team Abercrombie trying to keep pace with Team Dela Cruz Mejia, who was excellent in the first match. They've done it so far 15-9. Let's go and give you a little clearer picture as to what's happening with our own Savannah Collins.
So here's what's going on the leaderboard right now, and here's what I'm looking at. The 3-4 gap coming into this game is 155 points. I would say that's comfortable. And then from 4 all the way to 11, yes, 11, I'll explain why, is 284. Uncomfortable for every single athlete going down this ranking. So I'm going to give you 3 players to watch. This first one, if you watched the last match, should be a no-brainer. Lekator member Monet jumping up 5 spots to move into 4th place. Then you have Maddie Kingdon Rischel, the captain, who was absolutely on fire last night, or Friday night. She had 21 kills for a 411-point performance. By the way, she's hit the 20-piece mark twice this season. She's the only athlete to do it. Stick with me on this one. I'm going down to 11, and I'm picking up Timmy Thomas Ilara. Here's why. She scored 435 total points on Friday nights, the second most of anyone all season. So these are the players that are on my radar because they are red hot right now. Here's what matters in this match, though. Blue versus gold. You know what I'm going to say next. It's all about those win points for these athletes right here, battling out who will be 3rd, who will be 4th. They have to win these games. And look at the colors right now in the top 10. Gold here, blue here, gold here. That's what matters when it comes to pulling off and walking away from this season with a medal.
Thanks, Savannah. These teams, of course, looking for those set points, 40 for each set victory and 60 for the overall 180 team points. If you sweep, both these teams executed a perfect sweep on Friday, but the margins were ever so close, despite the excellence of Maddie Kingdon Rischel. And then we saw another sweep earlier tonight. Betty De La Cruz Mejia had been swept on Friday. She had to have a sweep. She got it. So these win points are monstrous.
They are. And I love the breakdown from Savannah. The only thing I would say is she could have been a doctor with that handwriting.
That's harsh. Key Michael on fire tonight. Look out, everybody. You've been warned.
The information is gold. That's what's important.
The OCM should come with a warning label. Could be spicy. Blake, decent pass outside Kingdon Rishel, and she will collect the kill. They trail, but still have time here. Down 5 in set number 1.
So I'm not going to write off the Blue Squad just yet, because we have seen some phenomenal performances over the course of 4 weeks from the captain of the blue side. And if she can pull something together, I think we still have a match on our hands.
Yeah, she had a hard time winning some matches. You have to wonder what would happen in the leaderboard chase had Maddie Kingdon Rishel been able to pick up a couple more victories. Kingdon Rishel just 5 and 8 in overall victories. If you contrast that to the other side, Brittany Abercrombie 12 and 1.
Yeah.
A single loss coming on Monday night at the end of week 4 to Bethany de la Cruz Mejia for the first time.
Interestingly, though, Mary Lake gets her first win in a long time on Kingdon's squad. So both of them were looking drastically for those win points.
And MVP honors as well. That one's off the block and out of bounds for Lake, picking up her first MVP honors. Wild one right now, Key. We saw some really high hitting percentages in the first. The efficiencies here in our first match, it was high, now it's low. 140 for Team Abercrombie, and just now 0 for Team Kingdon Rishel.
Yeah, negative for a couple of players as well. Nunaville in the negative. Sydney Hilly, the most efficient hitter right now as a setter.
Never a good sign. Abercrombie, free ball pass. Outside, TTA inside the block and down. Demi Thomas-Ailara continues her exceptional rise through Athletes Unlimited. Timeout called now at 19-2. Team Abercrombie, to 12. Solid control of this first set. The Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball is coming to a close, but the women's college basketball season is just getting started. It's going to tip off tomorrow. The second annual We Play women's event from Paris, France. Number 20, Ole Miss, squaring off against Juju Watkins and the number 3, USC at noon Eastern on ESPN. Then ESPN2 has 17th ranked Louisville taking on 5th ranked UCLA. It is all about Juju Watkins this year. And it's been all about Brittany Abercrombie here in Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball. And she loves this game. There is no doubt that comes through in her play and her chosen profession.
My love of volleyball started when I was 12 years old, and I started playing at a YMCA camp with my sister. And immediately, within the first hour or two, I remember really loving it.
Tattoo issued by Brittany Abercrombie.
I love the teammates that I get to play with, building a big community, and being super competitive. Those are the things that I love about volleyball.
I love that transition there on your voice of her as a 13-year-old into today. I mean, it really is like that for a lot of players. You think you're looking at these professional players and thinking, oh, you know, they're doing it for the money or they want to be celebrities. No. Most volleyball players you meet just fall in love with it at a young age, find some skill, and just keep playing as long as we possibly can. And I love that Brittany Abercrombie has had such a successful career and continues to love it, because it's not easy to do when it becomes your job.
Yeah, and you have to play overseas. Of course, now you have the opportunity to play in the United States, play for the Orlando Valkyries of the PVF. She's going to play there for the second year of that team. But she's played all over the place, and including with Team Puerto Rico. She switched her national federation to Puerto Rico, mom born there, and that's been a boon for that team as well as her career. And it's a boon for you if you join the Unlimited Club membership for free. You get a whole bunch of benefits. You can vote on game MVPs, compete in the AU Fantasy League for exclusive prizes and more. Sign up now at AUProVolleyball.com.
Got a lot of demands on people tonight. Watch this match, watch that match, sign up for this, go follow that.
Hey, we're running your life. That's the way it is. You're a volleyball fan. It's fine. And running the first set has been Team Abercrombie. They missed that block. It is just out of bounds. What's the prescription, Dr. Michael, for Team Kingdon Rishel?
Well, I think they must have seen the first match, right? So they're trying to find ways around the block. We haven't seen a huge blocking amount out of Abercrombie's side. They actually have 4 at the moment, but I think just more creativity, more tips, more rolls. They're just missing a few shots. Also some more aggression from the service line. You've got to make it harder for a goal to score.
Yeah, good point. I did talk to Dave Rubio, facilitator for Team Kingdon Rishel, and he said we must serve tough and slow down their pins. Those two things related, but not entirely dependent on each other. Temi Thomas Ailara slowing herself down there. Let's check in with Savannah with more on Team Kingdon Rishel.
Well, Key, you hit the nail on the head of a lot of what the Blue Huddle was talking about. One of the big pieces of advice was, hey, let's attack the edges of this block. Let's find a way around them and get into a rhythm. But I really like this piece of advice from their setter, Sydney Hilly. She said, hey, we're playing tentative. It's one thing if we have to chip away, but we can't play scared in order to do that. Great job on the block all around by the team, but they have to find their rhythm here to pull out the set.
Karis Watson with a big run at that ball, scooped expertly by the captain.
Yeah, it's a great point you make there, Savannah. And see, we're still friends even after we talk about handwriting, but there's something to be said for aggression, but also doing it in a smart way. And I think that's the balance that the blue side have to take. I love how Karis is swinging there high. She knows she's got one blocker. That's the time to swing big. It's not when there are 4 hands in front of you.
Key, much like the players throughout this season, Athletes Unlimited Volleyball, you and Savannah are now frenemies. Abercrombie, big swing to the corner, dug by the opposing captain. High to Nunneviller, who pitches it over the top. TTA has been terminal. That continues now.
TTA, OT, every single time. I love that we've seen her rise. I love how she's found a way to be really impressive in week 5, in week 4. Didn't have to come out strong out of the gate, but this is something we always talk about. Finish strong.
0 kills in week 1, 23 kills in week 2, and onward and upward from that point. Hilly with the coverage. Nunneviller blocked again. It is the captain on the right-hand side, collecting 12 points for that stuff. Team wins and personal points. That's 12 added to the #1 player in Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball.
And that's the time probably not to swing at the strongest, is when you see Brittany Abercrombie in full block mode in front of you.
Well, Johnson's been a bright spot here in the first set. She can't get the kill. Do you go back to her? She'll handle the ball. Nunneviller tips it down the line. A little jam for the winner.
So the difference between that set for me is A, it was faster, and B, a little bit wider. So Nunneviller, if you give her too much height and then it's on its way down, Abercrombie will win that battle. If you push it wide, then she can grab it and slice it down the line.
Over the top goes Lindsay Vanderweyde. And Lindsay Vanderweyde is going to get into rhythm. Team Kingdon Rishel is going to have some trouble. Vanderweyde, 9 kills. Let's go with 7 digs and 1 ace on Friday. Fader, flat one. Nunneviller block. Kaz Brown piling up some stats.
We barely even talked about her, but she was big in the last match. Impact player.
Yeah, 3 blocks in the last match. She already has 3 blocks in this set. Set point, Team Abercrombie. To close. Fader going short. And she got it. Plus 12 for Emily Fader. And the set winner, 25-16. I talked to her earlier today. I said, would you come back for another season? She said, well, I'm just hoping to get invited. Emily, you're 100% getting invited back. You've been one of the risers this season. She hits an ace for the winner here in set 1. First of 3 sets to Team Abercrombie, 25-16. They lead over Team Kingdon Rishel. Still looking for a possible sweep. That would be our 4th in a row here in Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball. Hey, we're here on a Sunday night, finishing out our penultimate evening of action, and you can go from volleyball directly to basketball. Men's college hoops. Game of the season is on opening night here. First one comes up tomorrow, ESPN2, and it's a matchup between number 8 Baylor and number 6 Gonzaga at Spokane Arena. Coverage begins at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, as your sporting life continues to roll on. Basketball getting going, collegiate volleyball still, of course, in full swing. Tournament starting in December. Thanksgiving, of course, always an exciting time for the college stars. And it's been an exciting time for Team Abercrombie. Their #1 pick, Key Michael, has performed just like it. Temi Thomasai-Lara, again, cranking.
Yeah, she's been one of the gold stars of this gold side. And the thing is, she's really backing up her captain. Typically, we're talking numbers of Abercrombie, but tonight, this is the player that we're keeping our eyes on, because she has been finding ways around the block, going high, getting those wrist away shots. She's putting the ball on the floor on the other side, which at the end of the day, that's basic volleyball for you.
We saw blocks play a huge role in our first match. I guess they're going to light that category up again, aren't they?
Oh yeah, we talked in the beginning of this match, blue side surely would have watched the last match, surely would have taken into account, all right, let's swing a little smarter, do some tips and some rolls. However, halfway through the set, we started seeing those big stuff blocks again. Abercrombie side are a tough wall to get through. I need to see Maddie Kingdon Richel's hitters a little smarter.
Team Dela Cruz Mejia put 9 blocks on the board in the first set. In our first match, they ended up with 13 overall, so 6, while an exceptional number. Not even the best we've seen tonight. But if you get 6 blocks in a set, you're going to have a hard time losing. Second set, what adjustments can be made on the Kingdon Rishel side that we haven't already talked about?
Well, maybe some changes in personnel. That was one of the things that Teddy Drew's team brought in, a different opposite. They have made some changes, but I'm not seeing that many options on the bench for the blue side. So Kingdon Rishel kind of has to just scrape themselves out of this. They have to pick themselves up by their bootstraps. I think a better first contact would be a great start. Put that ball onto Sydney Hilly's head so that she can run the offense she wants to. Other than that, just be smarter in the attack.
All right, we will check the volleyball IQ of Team Kingdon Rishel in this second set. Right away, they get aced as that one goes through the cable and down. Maddie Bug with a little shimmy to celebrate. Second tough serve, this one deep, going to be over past Joust, won by Sydney Hilly.
The value of a tall, strong setter is right there. And I think also the challenge for the blue side right now is to continue their aggression. They cannot just think, oh, we're going to fall over, we're going to roll over and let the gold side run away with it. They certainly still have possibilities in this match.
Overpass generated, possibility here to score. No, Hence with the dig. Blake will step in, bumps that way off the net. That ball was not touched. Bottom side of the cable. And not much argument from anyone on that play. Point Team Abercrombie. The hitting percentage for Team Kingdon Rishel continues to be a tough number. 4% and sinking.
Those are not the numbers we're used to seeing from her.
Rosenthal picked up by Abercrombie. She was waiting on that. Like the honey badger pouncing on a snake. Vanderweyde can't find it. It's too far away, and it's a point for Kingdon Rishel.
You've been watching Planet Earth recently.
Yes. The honey badger don't care. Look, it's running backwards.
That's what he wants.
Ooh, it's eating a snake. Gross. Vanderweyde into the block and gone. If Lindsay Vanderweyde is going to get going, and Brittany Abercrombie is going to improve her numbers with Temi Thomasai-Lara, you may not need to set the middle ever. Let them just stuff some balls and you have a winning combination.
Yeah, middle's only gotten 5 points among them, most of those from the blocks, in fact 3 from the blocks. They're not getting a whole lot of setting action.
Thomas Alara with the dig. Brenna Villers is slowed by Abercrombie. Tough move there.
Oh, good up.
Yep, Hilly with that up. But another block nearly finishes the rally. Kaz Brown working hard. That ball's way long, and the point goes to the women in black.
Huge up here, and it keeps the ball in play. Love that from Hilly, but there is just too much heat on that ball from Kaz Brown. Kept in play, but not for long.
Willow, block back. She'll get it. No, she won't. Kaz Brown is having none of that. Count it, .8. I think it's going to be an attack there for Kaz Brown.
Well, it's interesting because you asked me in the opener, will this be a sweep? And I skirted the question, as I tend to do. However, this is important because if Brittany Abercrombie does get the sweep, and I know Savannah talked a lot about the numbers and the possibilities, but a sweep for Abercrombie could mean curtains for Betty in her draft, or her championship chase.
Yeah, she'll be on the podium, but not on that top step. Delivery tight to the outside. Vanderwide, I cannot get past the block. Presented by Rosenthal and Johnson.
Sponsored by Rosenthal and Johnson.
Rosenthal and Johnson there. I think Rosenthal's going to get that with the right hand, stealing it from Willow. Yeah, they make a variety of household cleaning products, Rosenthal and Johnson. Sold door to door, strangely. Direct to consumer, old school. Through the block, that time slap back. Kaz Brown's just rejecting everything. Haven't done nothing of it. And that ball goes over the top and out. A direct result of Kaz Brown and her hard work. Another woman who's working hard, Emily Thader, welcome in. Boy, your side is really getting some good defensive work out of you and Kaz.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? How are you keying in on the opposing hitters right now?
For me, I think it's starting with our service. Service pressure is working really well. After that, Sydney's job on the other side as their setter gets really hard. So to deceive us or to moving neutral when we're getting them out of system at the service line or even offensively. So it's just working to our advantage. And I think Kaz and I are just being disciplined and waiting and then just making big moves when we can. So yeah.
We're talking about some numbers over here, and there's only been 9 sets for the two of you combined. How do you get more involved in the offense? Obviously, you can't control that first contact, but how do you be available for your setup?
I think just like you guys said earlier, just working really hard, being loud and available, and even if it's kind of a nice gig as a middle, because even if I don't get a set, if I work hard and I'm up early, I could create a solo opportunity or just disturb the other side of the net. So it's kind of a win-win. But yeah, of course, middles love to get set, but honestly, Blue's doing a good job of keying in on me and Kaz, and they're aware of us. So I think Maddie's just doing a good job of mixing it and just finding the hot hand right now. And I think Temi and Britt and Lindsay are also just crushing it. So,
in terms of your first year at Athletes Unlimited, you didn't know what to expect coming in. How has it been for you here? What have you learned?
Oh, what have I learned? That's a great question. I would just say, we're all stronger than we think. This is mentally, physically, emotionally taxing, especially for that year one. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity. But I think I've learned that, I can handle it. And we can handle hard things and hard days and losing weeks and, just all that stuff that gets thrown at you. It's relentless, but, unless you're Betty, then it's great 6 weeks. But no, yeah, in all seriousness, it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm super grateful to be here.
Well, we're going to see it in year 2, Emily. We already established that.
Evan already extended the invitation for years.
Yay!
Back to the match. You're up.
Guys.
Thanks, Emily. Emily Thader right back into the match as Kaz Brown goes back to serve. Successful set out for their side. They continue to just build on their lead steadily here. 3 kills, 3 blocks for Kaz on Friday. She's going to exceed that tonight. Pass to the outside. That ball's still alive, but not now.
Yeah, and it's so cool that we get players literally still sweating and breathing heavily from the last round. We didn't even give her a chance to get a sip of water, and she's straight back in, having to try and close the block. Appreciate you, Emily Thader.
7th kill for Kingdon Rishel. Thomas Ilara laying that platform out there. Oh, little miscommunication, a rare one for Team Abercrombie there.
And that's not going to help the case for how do you get set more as a middle. Potentially the ball a little low. Potentially the blockers were in a good position. Potentially it wasn't the right time to set her. However.
Go ahead and say it. It was too low.
Okay.
That ball was too low. Right back to her. That ball also too low, but Thader deals with it by throwing it deep. And you can deal with your fall gear dilemma by going to the AU Pro Shop and getting the latest volleyball gear. Go to shop.auprosports.com. It is your destination for player merch, new arrivals, exclusive styles that you won't find anywhere else, and my entire wardrobe for this year. Go ahead and check it out, auprosports.com.
Sticky Fingers Kevin was in the merch shop recently.
That's right. One day we'll see what that means. Overhead, missed again. 11-7. Short serve, trying to get Kingdon Rishel. Hens instead is the one doing the damage. Abercrombie back the other way. That is how you do.
How do you do? Like that. Abercrombie, not even in a perfect condition to swing, and that's what's interesting to me. Bug has got her a one-on-one, but she's kind of reaching over and still finds a way to score. This is a dangerous gold side because things are not perfect.
If you had to say one thing was perfect about Brittany Abercrombie, her left arm swing, thing of beauty.
Alrighty, I found Jenna, I found the merch shop, and we're about to go hunting. What are you looking for?
Okay, so I've been seeing this really cute cream-colored casual AUT. Let's go grab it. I don't need any more of these, but the fact that everyone else can have them is wonderful. I don't need this, but why is he so cute? It's a kid's shirt. It's such a cute shirt. I'm also in my volleyball era. The classic, the understated, the Nike. We have tank tops. We love to see it. My unpopular opinion, you wear the fanny pack on your hip. You know, because then your hands are free for activities, digging volleyballs, for example. Honestly, this is just phenomenal life advice. This is what we've been looking for. So Arizona, so comfy, so casual. Big, big fan. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Please excuse me. Who is this guy? I hope you're gonna pay for all that.
Oh,
sir.
do I have to pay for these things? I'm the talent, for crying out loud.
I thought I was the talent.
12-7, second set. 37-23 the lead for Team Abercrombie, and I'm leading actually. I'm leading in merchandise. I think I'm going to sell some of this afterwards.
Yeah, who is this guy over here? Sticky Fingers Kevin has been let to his own devices.
The merch hound. Always been a gear hound. People who know me, that's trouble. I like this one. That is nice. Where'd you get that key? How come I didn't get that?
No, that was mine. That was mine. Let's put that away.
All right, here, fine. There, you can have another one too. I'm just handing them out, Go and get your merch. Be a part of the Athletes Unlimited family. Most definitely supporting Season 4 and the athletes you love watching.
There's a lot of good stuff in there. If you haven't already, it's not too late.
Inside the block and down out of the timeout goes Maddie Kingdon Rishel with authority both in the swing and then the toot afterwards.
Maddie's Patties have a lot of work to do at this moment, at this juncture in the game, but I feel as though Maddie has that kind of the camaraderie to get it done. That's going to help.
And just like that, they trail by only 3. Hilly at the line. 3 hitters in the front row. 3 blockers in the front row. Willow Johnson gets a piece. TTA blocked right back. Willow Johnson plus 12.
It's a good sign if the blue side start getting some blocks, because it seems as though the gold side have been kind of running away with it, just having their way with the blue block. Eventually, Willow get something done, and another ace serve falls. Ooh, we've got a match on our hands.
What a run after the timeout. 4-0. And right back in the set. On their heels, Team Abercrombie looks to their captain, and as usual, she delivers.
A good string of serves there, targeting Temi Thomas-Ailara. I like that as a strategy.
All right, trying to slow her down with some service.
Yeah.
She's into the back row. Van der Weide to the front. Dig by Bug. A little bit too tight on the scoop to the net. Van der Weide smartly stays out from underneath the net there.
It's pronounced Doug by Bug.
My ball, my bad, my bad. And there's 2 G's. It's not quite a Dutch word if you were with us earlier. 4 G's is not enough to confuse you. Hens cuts off Temi Thomas-Ailara. I wondered about that, Key Michael. Hens with another dig. Overhead to Abercrombie, inside the block. Do you go back to the captain?
Yes.
They don't. Van der Weide, instead this one's popped straight up. Johnson thrown back. Longest rally of the match. Dunneviller flies in. Hens scoops again. Thrilling the fans, and finally finished by Abercrombie herself on the block.
How about that Hensville pickup? That is brutal right there, just outside, kind of sitting in the shadow of the block. Exactly what you want out of your libero. Let the tall players at the front do what they do, and you just step outside of it, just off the edge of those hands.
Gabby Blossom into serve, number 31 in black. Her mom on hand visiting on this weekend. She'll deliver it to Abercrombie, and boy, there's the advantage of having a setting serving serve.
Yeah, and Maddie Bug knew it immediately. An easy dig for her, and she put it right on where Gabby Blossom is. Don't let the middles get anywhere near it.
Smartly played. Ooh. Dug by Bug once again. Looking for hands. Did she get them? No. Missed opportunity to extend the lead there on the serve of Blossom. And Theta will return, replaced by Hens. They'll be in service reception. Now, last time Hens cut off Temi Thomas-Ailara pretty dramatically on the reception. I wondered, Hens 18 digs, but just 7 receptions in the Friday match.
Yeah, she has to take more space, and she can afford to do that, right? She is in there for a reason. You call the libero the quarterback of the team, but especially when she's on that right side, she can take pretty much half of a court. There are not servers on Maddie's team that are going to really exploit that. Maybe if you're going up against Betty's, where you've got that really fast top spin and you can't afford to take too much space, but that's not the case here.
Well, Johnson does that hook line pull that works so well for her. And then gives her setter some props as she heads back to the service line. So we're wondering if Johnson would get going for Team Kingdom Rishel. 4 kills on 17. Not going just yet. Abercrombie puts it back into play. Oh, GTA are on the side of it. Planetary miss.
When you say planetary miss, that's in terms of the spin on the ball?
Yeah, the ball spins on its axis rather than over.
Yeah, I love when we talk physics.
We'll talk angles of impact and incidence next. Thomas-Ailara couldn't decide. Hens gives a hittable ball. And that will be a double contact on the 3rd contact. I think that's a legitimate call even today. Our R1, Katie Meyer, not having it for Brittany Abercrombie on that play. As loose as the calls have become on the double contact, the 3rd, you cannot double it over on a 3rd.
Yeah, that's a objective call. Subjective, excuse me.
Yes. Jazz Brown trying to push it. That ball's tight. Again, Team Kingdom Rishel cannot get a swing. Team Abercrombie gets dug this time by Lake. Watson! Is that ball good? No whistles. Play on. Ball is out. That was an awkward, disjointed end to a rally.
I'm still trying to figure out what exactly went on there because the ball is up perfectly from Watson, and there's sort of like 3 players just watching it, unsure about who was going to get it over.
Yeah, Lake had the impossible angle there to pull it over the net. It is not thrown in the lap, that angle, like an impossible burger. That ball is inside by Abercrombie and won 18-16. For all the momentum we've seen Team Abercrombie have throughout the set, they lead by just 2.
And they lost it just a few moments ago when we were talking physics. A 3-point or something run happened, and that's why they're getting frustrated at those calls, because they don't have it in the bag anymore.
Keep an eye on that overall score here. Middle second set, that aggregate score is those 60 team points, huge for the championship chase as well as those podium positions. 43-32 right now. Brown doing a lot of work, getting around, and it pays off. What can Brown do for your team? Well, the answer tonight is 3 kills, 4 blocks. And a dig.
And I love Maddie using her in that opportunity, right? Not in a perfect position, but because she's worked so hard, she's fast, she's up, there's only going to be half a block in front of her.
Kingdon throws it. Abercrombie scoops it. Again, Kingdon, full head of steam. Hence another dig. Put that on the highlight reel. Thomas Ilara was down. Vanderwater was not, but she misses wide left. Sometimes the best play in a rally doesn't occur at the end. It occurs in the middle, and it doesn't even happen for the team that wins the point.
And I'm looking at Vanderwater's stats right now. She's 1 on 10 in this second set. That's one of the changes we've seen since the first.
Yeah, so what option do you look at? If Vanderwater's not killing the ball, that's the question. Hens is digging the ball. That there is no question. Dump coming, definitely. Telegraphed that one, did Hilly, and still put it away.
Have a look at this pickup again. Morgan Hens, and you can just see the way her body kind of shapes the ball to where she wants it to go. Kind of matrix style, but smooth like butter from Hilly.
Yes, another Neo play.
Red Hill,
now have a challenge related to a potential net violation. At least that was the initial indication from Katie Meyer.
Thinking about Hilly in the net, potentially? That's the only option I can think of.
On that dump to end the rally, perhaps. Now, the option for Team Abercrombie, if you want to take Lindsay Vanderwater out of the match, is Gia Day. Definitely a contrast in styles. What are the ups or downs, the gain and loss there?
I'd love to see her get a chance right now because she is strong from the service line. You're going to see her take some rips, which is hard to do if you come in just as a serving sub or if you only have a few points at the end of the match. I'd get her in and get her warm. She's solid in that pass as well. She will take up a lot of space with Hens. Maybe they could go with just a 2-person reception. However, downside, she hasn't been as offensive maybe as you might get from Lindsay Vanderwater. But if you're not getting either of those things from Lindsay, make that change.
Yeah, both about the same size at 6'2". There's Gia Day. And they're looking at a potential net violation here, mid-rally.
Yeah. Yep, counted. Maddie Kingdon-Richel, arms all up in the net, fishing, if you will.
I will.
I will too.
That's fine. But if you pull in a Kingdon-Richel, you better measure. It's too small, you got to throw it back. $19-18 for the moment as scored. And it is Sunday night. We're looking forward to Monday. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They'll be in Kansas City for week 9 of Monday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes, the undefeated Chiefs, host Baker Mayfield and the Bucks at Arrowhead Stadium. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes with Peyton Manning and Eli once again on ESPN2. And people are probably excited that it's Troy Aikman and not Chris Collinsworth covering Patrick Mahomes on a Monday. All right, so the call is in fact reversed. Key Michael with the correct interpretation there. That's a huge swing, back to 20-17.
Yeah, that could be a hugely momentous point because Abercrombie's team were feeling the heat there a little bit. And if that could have been an ace in an imaginary world where that was an ace and a 4-point swing.
Well, now you're into alternate timelines. If you would like to go into Total Darkness or something.
Imagine a world
where Cass Brown serves aces. And Brittany Abercrombie is always terminating. That ball is still alive. TTA slowed. Can they salvage? Yes, they can. Look at Team Kingdon Rishel stayed in the set.
All right, defensive effort from Blue. That first dig, it looked like it was down. I mean, Abercrombie going guns blazing in order to keep that alive. That again, we're talking alternate universes here, but that is a game-changing point for Blue. They're now within 1.
Good serving sub on. Taylor Bryn's taking root. Tip picked up by Tegenroot. Outside. Blocked. Rosenthal and Hilly. That's probably going to Rosenthal. 20-20. Timeout Abercrombie.
If Blue can pull this off and hold off on the sweep, they will be doing a huge favor to Betty De La Cruz.
Trying to keep the championship chase atop our leaderboard. Going down to the final evening of play. Will be in action again tomorrow night with our final matches. It will be Team Abercrombie taking on Team De La Cruz Mejia, as has become our Monday night tradition. Team Kingdon Rishel will take on a now winless Team Drews. Let's take a look back at our first match. It was Team Bethany De La Cruz needing a sweep, and we didn't see a ton of Betty. She was efficient, but we didn't see as much of her as we normally do. They had 9 blocks in the first, and they swept.
Yeah, she needed the sweep more than she's ever needed a sweep, but it wasn't her doing all of the offense. What she did do is carry her team in important moments, just like that, finding ways to score even when it wasn't perfect. She only went 10 from 20 attempts. Those are not the kind of numbers we're used to seeing from her. However, her team propping her up there with the full 60-point MVP nod.
Yeah, and she did hit 450 as we look at our match 1 MVPs presented by the U.S. Air Force. All orange on there. Kat Bell again doing work for her side. 13 blocks, and the team hits 410 for the entire match. Well performed by the women in orange and keeping the former champion, the 2022 champion, in the chase here in 2024. 75-55 was the final. All right, so let's go on to Savannah and hear about a reunion of sorts that's happened here in Athletes Unlimited.
Dave Rubio and Maddie Kingdon Rishel are finally on the same team, and it's for Maddie's captain debut. He was her head coach when she was an Arizona Wildcat, and because of that trust, Maddie told me she's given him full creative control this week. She says Dave is one of the best volleyball minds she has ever been around, and describes him as her volleyball dad. I feel like this story encapsulates it so well. She told me when she was at Arizona, his big thing for her was expanding her toolkit, and this past week he comes to her, he goes, you know, Maddie, you used to be so good at hitting high line. You don't ever do that anymore. And he used to be really good at that. And she goes, he's the only person who could give me that kind of advice. It roll off my back and me laugh. But she says this is the perfect pairing for her to make this captain debut and do it alongside Dave.
What did you used to be really good at that you're not anymore, Key?
I'm good at everything. What do you mean, Kevin? If I had Dave Rubio telling me that I should hit more line, I'd be hitting more line. That's a fact.
Pretty special moment to get back together with your college coach. It's a pretty cool reunion to have that opportunity.
Amazing. Maddie's Patties, led by one of the best.
Out of the timeout, Taylor Bryn's taking her with the Illinois native misses. And Team Abercrombie is back to the ad, but all things are possible here in the second. Kingdon Rishel trying to hit her way out, and she does. Right through the hands of number 4.
Through the hands, not a line shot. as Dave would have liked to see, but I think he'll be impressed with her picking things up here in this second set.
Thomas Aylara slowed. Captain blocked but covered. Beautiful job. Hilly running that one down, but it's missed. Good aggressive swing, long.
Taylor Johnson still not finding exactly what she wants. She's hitting 0 right now. 5 kills from 21 attempts, even -5%.
Rosenthal backs up and passes. Johnson blasts through. She's still taking big cuts.
Yeah, and that's a great choice by Hilly to go back to her. You saw how big that hole was in the block. Bader's not paying attention to her in that instant. She's just made the mistake. You're going to block anywhere but there, so that's a great choice.
Eustace Wild in the second, 47-38, that overall score. Abercrombie, that ball was short. Forced the tip. And Nunneviller misses inside the block. Boy, hitting error is costly at the moment for Team Kingdon-Rishel.
Yeah, and that's a big missed opportunity because we talked about Abercrombie tipping a lot, and that's kind of one of her go-to strengths. However, these tips seem like they're forced. She's not choosing to tip as part of her strategy. She's just not getting the ball she wants.
Thomas Aylara lays out for the dig. Nunneviller on a perfect bump set, picked up by Bug. Blossom, Bug, Abercrombie. Vandewater read that one the whole way. Another extended rally here in the latter part of the second. Ball is wide. Missed by Johnson.
Some confusion here about whether that ball's in or out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the score to update. 24-22. We are at a set point for Team Abercrombie. They took them just one last time. Blossom runs under it. The captain is there. Ball's way off the net. Nunneviller working off the hands, keeping this second set possible. Team Kingdon-Rishel needs one more.
Clever move from Nunneviller. You cannot swing directly into the hands of Abercrombie. You got to try and catch her on the wrist, sort of the side of the hand.
Rosenthal is served. Second set point opportunity. Thomas Aylara has it right up her hand, scoops it. Block straight down. Vandewater contributes defensively at the net with the winner there.
Big moment, big block, huge impact play. And again, how much will that impact the leaderboard? Betty, not going to be happy to see that.
Looking for the sweep. They lead 50-39. Team Abercrombie again ascendant.
Watch you fly, touch my skies, I'm so high. You must be supernatural.
Alongside Olympian Key Michael, Savannah Collins on the sidelines as we look forward to our final set of a Sunday night. 50-39, a lead for Team Abercrombie, looking for the sweep and to keep their captain on top and the championship chase headed into tomorrow's Championship Monday. Let's head into the game now with the USAF and Maddie Kingdon-Rishel.
We have the blue Maddie's Patties tonight, and I think we have to sweep tonight. I believe in our team a lot, so I'm very excited. Go blue. I said we're sweeping. We have to do it now. One for Mia and one for you. Bear down! Yeah! Bear down. Other hand. Wildcat. Yeah. I'm gonna line drive this right to my mom and see if she can catch it. It would hit her in the face. Storm on here. Hey, 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 hey! Butterfingers! I think we're taking good swings regardless. So I think once we get it dialed, we're fine. Let's just keep sliding out and chipping away. Like we can definitely close this gap. Swing high, Willow. You're tight. No worries. Stay in it. We'll get your set. Touch and let's go! Good. Go! Ah! Good job. Great set.
Maddie's Patties. We're looking for the sweep. Do you think she jinxed herself?
It's not the sweep she was looking for.
Yeah, that's a good point, Dan. We might still see a sweep.
We may indeed. 10 kills, 6 digs for the captain. As we look forward to this third set, let's check in with Savannah on Team Abercrombie. They've got the brooms out. Are they push? Are they kitchen? What are we working with? A crummer?
They are pushing. They recognize that in that last set, there was a lot of touches on both sides. So direction to the setter, hey, keep mixing it up. That was the direction for Maddie Bug. One of the things that their facilitator, Dietrich Collins-Parker, pointed out is we are really good when our middles are up, especially in transition. That's when we are at our best. But hey, they were fighting and clawing in that set, so we had to stay on top, and I like this strategic choice. They pointed out with Maddie Kingdon-Rischel, the captain, the go-to is front row, serve her. Kevin?
Yeah, indeed. Try and get the captain short, out of rhythm. That has mostly worked here. We look at our leaderboard. You notice Morgan Hentz on the strength of those victories, already up into that 4th place spot. Set 3 underway. Hilly and Team Kingdon-Rischel trying to get one on the board. They were close in the second. They start here down 1-0. Emily Fader with the +12 for her personal stat points with that stuff block.
Nunaviller just has not been able to get her offense going. She's had 28 attempts. She's been blocked 4 times. She's made an error 3 times. This has been not her night. And we talk a lot about balance, but right now on the blue side, it's heavily Maddie Kingdon-Rischel who's doing all the offense. She hasn't got Johnson. She also hasn't got Nunaviller working.
Can't do it alone in the sport of volleyball. It's one of the most interdependent sports on the planet. There is only one closed chain skill, and that is serving, where you initiate the action, you complete the action. Otherwise, you rely on someone else. Like that, the set to Fader. The block, and here's a set too tight to the net, picked up by Van de Weide. There is an absolute blast from Abercrombie. I'd go back to her. Indeed, there you are. Put away down the line, a much easier second attempt.
Yeah, we've seen that already before. If a player gets set, specifically on the gold side, doesn't make the point, she's going to get it again. So I wonder if the blockers start to pick up on that.
I'd like to see Bug feed her more in rhythm. She hasn't fed her enough when everything's in system. It's always these off plays, and you want to get a little bit of rhythm. Well, when you're in your best spot as a setter, give it to your best hitter.
Have we seen them in rhythm very much, though? I'm trying to remember if the gold side's been, they've been targeting Temi Thomas-Salara, right? The ball's been off the net more often than not, and we haven't seen the middles get involved. That's because they're not in system.
I'm thinking of in-between plays, as you were pointing out, where the ball has gone there and then it hasn't gone back
ball,
there
okay.
as many times. Yeah, free ball opportunities.
Gotcha.
Exactly. There's Van de Weide with a little pace to the outside. She rips it. And it's 3-2. All right, there's been a scoring rotation here with Brittany Abercrombie at the line. She skips it through the tape, nearly doing the work herself. Johnson inside the block, dug by the captain. Good opportunity here. Kaz Brown. No, covered. Van de Weide, that'll be a winner off the block, out of play.
She's been quietly creeping up in the numbers. Hasn't been the go-to all night long, but again, it seems to be back and forth. It'll be one player that steps it up, then another one, then another. So not just only one, but only one at one time.
Van de Weide 7 kills on 23 as Johnson kills that ball. Willow Johnson getting hot would be good for Kingdon-Rischel. Johnson now 7 kills for her, and she's sitting at just below 0 in terms of efficiency. Had a couple of misses, a couple of big misses, but a couple of very small ones as well.
Yeah, and again, goes back to her not finding that connection with her setter. We talked about it before the match. She's always, or pretty much week over week, has a different setter, still trying to find that rhythm.
Rhythm found that time out of the back row by Brooke Nuneviller.
Maybe use her a little more in the backcourt. Doesn't
Okay.
have to worry so much about the block when she's back there.
Skipped off the tape for an ace, Willow Johnson, and they lead here, Team Kingdon Richel, 5-4. First opportunity for them to lead early in a set.
That dribbler is the nightmare of all middles. Kaz looking at it saying, oof, could have had that.
Reverse dump.
So smart by Maddie Bug. You saw 4 hands in front of her. I think it was Watson and it was either Hilly or Maddie Kingdon Richel, but 2 players were on that.
Watson misses.
Harris has not seen a lot of attempts tonight, only 5 and 1 kill from them.
She's in the front row now with Hilly. Right back to her. Much better attempt. It is long, but a touch called.
Again, the repeat set. I love the repeat set, especially if you have a player that you haven't really established yet. Get her in the offense. That's something the blue side need much more of, is utilizing other players, especially if the pins are not firing.
Thomas Ailara scoops that one well enough to be going to Kaz Brown quite a lot. TTA this time off the block, out of bounds, a delivery from Maddie Bug. I saw Bug earlier today. I said, hey, I saw Stanford and Florida State playing, and your ladies were down 0-1. She asked me what the score was. I said, well, now it's 1-1. She looked at me, she goes, no problem, we got this in 4. Sure enough,
Confidence.
3-1.
Nice.
The Cardinal defeating the Seminoles.
I'm a fan of that. I'm a Cane.
Oh, they lost to the Canes.
Ah, even better.
Stanford lost to the Canes in the previous match. That was back on Friday. So a little split trip for the now ACC Stanford Cardinal. Still weird.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
Tight to Thader. She manages off that low set. Emily Thader's 8th attempt. She has 3 kills. We've seen a couple of very difficult opportunities. They had an easier time getting to Kaz Brown. She has 15 attempts, but just 3 kills. Rosenthal blasts that one through. Net violation will stop it all. 8-8, set 3. We want to keep an eye on that 58-47 score. It's going to have to be a big move now if they're going to get the overall for Kingdon Richel. They cannot allow 15 points to Team Abercrombie in this 3rd set. There's a nice connection on a in-rhythm pass.
Yeah, I think Bug, she's struggling to find exactly what it is that Abercrombie needs, because we're used to seeing Abercrombie kind of just cleaning up the junk out of system. That's fine, but in system, what is the ball that she needs? I think it's higher than what Bug's giving her.
Well, I think it's been a little bit out of rhythm in terms of relation to the net. So when Bug has been pulled off, she's been unable to put the ball on. I think has been the main issue. The ball's been too far off, and being off the net for Bug includes 3 or 4 feet. So it's not taking much for that connection to be destroyed by the pass. Normally, 3-4 feet, you can still run a full offense. Like right there, I think that's even a little bit behind her. Rosenthal taps it down to the point goes the other direction. I think if Bug just pulls it along the net, the arm mechanics and the contact point of Abercrombie, I think, would carry the day if the ball is tight.
Yeah, and I also think being tight, but it has to be higher. That ball was so flat.
Yeah.
And her advantage is she can reach over the blocker. She does a great job of getting the ball at her peak. So if you combine those 2 things, give her the height, put it on the net, that's what she needs.
They were having lunch today and working on it. Maybe I'll see them tomorrow palling around, continuing to work on it. Nice dig by Nuneviller. Hands can't handle the heat. Look at Team Keegan Richel, 2-point lead, 11-9. Finally putting a little pressure on the other side. The second libero back to serve. Brooke Nuneviller, one-time libero at Oregon. Too dynamic to stay in that position for very long. There's a nice delivery and a kill. Off to on.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So there she had her pick of the litter in terms of what she wanted to attack. We could have seen her slow her R down and take that tip that goes right over the block, but instead she goes and powers through. When you're in the hitting position, you want to have the options. You want to make the decision. You don't want the ball to make the decision for you.
Blossom into serve. That ball's long from Rosenthal. Misconnection. Complete backspin, and we are tied. Guess what? French fries on the board.
I get hungry every time you say that, Kevin.
Yeah, we're ready.
Especially because we only had a salad for lunch.
That ball sitting up on top of the cable. Tip thrown back. Kaz Brown side to side next to Abercrombie this time, and it's Brown again. She had a beat on it. Finally shut it down.
Kaz Brown with the moves. Watch the timing. Low, tight, hip to hip with Abercrombie and drops the inside arm. Those two are a ferocious block together.
11 blocks for Team Abercrombie. And the captain reaches and snaps on top of that. Brittany Abercrombie's going to pick up her 10th kill. She's in the double figures, leading her side, and they are back on top by 2.
We touched on this briefly in the first set, but even if she's not firing, that's what's dangerous, is if you're losing to an Abercrombie side that is not dominated by Abercrombie, something's going wrong.
Blossom with the dig, the put away by Van de Weyden. We were talking about should you sub Van de Weyden out. The answer unequivocally has become no via her work, and now a 5-0 run.
Someone who's gone a little quiet though, Tammy Thomas-Ailara, only 5 points in total, 1 this set.
Blossom, another nice dig. Lake matches it. Abercrombie reaches, snaps, and wins to get to the technical timeout here in the third. They put it away at 15 points. They have taken the overall. Now, will they take the set and sweep it? Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball is sponsored by Baden. The fire and fury of the athletes here as we conclude our Sunday night. It is 65-50 in the overall. That's good enough for the win for Team Abercrombie. Nothing left to do but close out with a sweep 15-11. Currently in the third, looking for those 40 set points. Are the women in black and gold. And looking to bring more great events to Arizona is the Arizona Sports and Entertainment Commission. They're proud to be a champion of women's athletics, supporting incredible events like Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball. They're committed to promoting top-tier sports and events that drive economic impact and unite communities. For more information, visit azsportsent.com. Go ahead and check that out. You want some more initials? Let's go into the game with TTA, Tammy Thomas-Ailara.
Yes, G, help, help, help. Yeah. Go, G. Great touch. Someone can get there. What do I say?
Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the show. I'm Tammy Thomas.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Let's go, AU. Woo! Not gonna let them tip on you, guys.
I was right there.
That was you that made that sound? Ah. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. What a pass, Lindsay. Tip. Go. Let's go. Great job. Great job.
I think Tammy Thomas-Elara suffers from the same thing that Danny Drews does. RSF.
Resting smile face.
Yeah, not in that instance, in that shot right there, but she's always smiling. She's always having a good time. I love it.
Reminds me of Melissa Humana Paredes, the smiling assassin, and now
Yeah.
silver medalist on the beach for Canada. I'll be covering her next weekend as the AVP League concludes. 15-12. Here's so much volleyball happening in the fall.
Oh, we love it.
Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball here in Mesa, Arizona. We're getting down to the end here. This is match 28 of 30. 2 more tomorrow night. And we'll crown our champion. Will it be number 4 in black and gold? You see that ball's off. Unable to bring it forward for a kill. Vandewater, though, will just clean that one up on top of the tape. The shortest route to a win sometimes is an attack on 1.
Yeah, the net play and those heads-up plays are so important because teams, you can kind of get in system with a pass, a set, an attack, but the ones that are really quick and that get the most bang for your buck are when you just grab that ball off the net.
Karis Watson grabs it off the net.
Yeah, a little bang for that buck. I love it. Karis with a good change of direction there. And again, she's kind of sneaking up a one-on-one block because she hasn't got a whole lot of action tonight.
Miller, nice dig. Perfectly placed. Hilly cannot get there. Sorry, Bug cannot get there off the block. A difficult run for her.
It's not often you see a ball hang in the air for 3-4 seconds before it falls, but sometimes that comes down to communication. Bug probably thinking, all right, someone else can get there simpler than me.
Sometimes the middle runs you over and you can't go anywhere.
Rude.
Kaz Brown with the backslide.
Look, they've made up for it there perfectly. Look, when you're the middle, the momentum is traveling so fast to the side that sometimes you power and train through somebody, but
plant your right foot there, Key. Plant your right foot, go vertical.
so easy to say.
Or make a better read. Don't be so late.
Just do better,
yes,
is what Kevin's saying.
Exactly.
That's why I could never be a coach.
Abercrombie with the kill. Tom Hoff was giving me grief about an old picture we found. Someone had it in the garage. And it was, I think it was me not involved in the block and Hoff getting hit past. And Hoff said, thanks for all the help blocking. And I said, listen, I am never blocking. I'm just waiting to get set. I'm already transitioning off the net. Just saying, set me.
Kevin, you're the true honey badger around here. I think that's a fact. Kevin just does whatever he wants.
That's right. 18-14. A little consultation here between coach, former coach, current player, and facilitator. Dave Rubio. You want a little more crossover in the world of volleyball? Dave Rubio, a product of L.A. Pierce Junior College. I played at L.A. Pierce Junior College.
Oh.
There you go. All right, Captain's Challenge, 3-meter attack footline fault. We're gonna have a review here, Captain's Challenge for Team Kingdon Rishel.
I love that Dave Rubio's pulled his players over though. So technically it's a challenge, but in reality, it's also a timeout. Play has stopped, go over, talk strategy, pull out the whiteboard or the pencil and pad, whatever it is that you work with.
Yep.
Good use of time.
And get yourself some caffeine-laden lemonade or whatever's in that cup. Charged lemonade, perhaps. All right, Team Abercrombie holds the point. Ball's tight. Reverse dump, this time picked up by Hentz. And put away by their captain, 19-14. Really putting a stranglehold on this third set is Team Abercrombie.
Yeah, Brittany is starting to look more like Brittany. We saw her not finding her connection with Maddie Bug early on in this set. Now it's on.
Yeah, 12 kills, hitting 300. That is on 37. The thing about her, she just doesn't make errors. Hasn't been blocked and only hit one ball out of bounds. So while she hasn't been getting kills, she's getting zeros. And all of a sudden that percentage is right back to her season total. She's been hitting 309 on the year coming into the weekend. Here's a look at the leaderboard as we look towards tomorrow. Morgan Hentz already moved up in there. Maddie Kingdon-Rischel perhaps in danger in that spot. Look at the difference there between Hentz and Rischel. Much to be decided there. Remember, Monet is going to be in that picture as well. We'll see how she does against Team Abercrombie tomorrow. It will once again be orange versus gold to finish match number 30, second match tomorrow night.
Yeah, as good as sweeping was for the blue side yesterday, being swept is equally as painful right now. I think Hentz, with win points she gets, potentially some MVPs, yeah, she could be looking at third place.
Yeah, Maddie Kingdon-Rischel and Dave Rubio perhaps struggling for solutions against Morgan Hentz, and that Team Abercrombie side has been so efficient. And you don't have to struggle for solutions when it comes to your Instagram content. You can go ahead and follow AU Pro Volleyball on Instagram to see exclusive content featuring your favorite AU players, including highlights, mic'd ups, behind the scenes, action, and more. Go ahead and follow AU Pro Volleyball on Instagram.
Gold side looking super strong right now, and there's one player I've been keeping my eye on, Lindsay van de Weyde. In the beginning part of this set, wasn't getting so many points. She only had 2 points in the second set, went quiet, and that was a question mark for me. Now she is back in a big way. A lot of that to do not only with her offense, also those big blocks. I love the way she's stepping up for her captain. Again, if one player's not rolling, another player has to do it, and she's getting things done. Love that energy.
Contributing in those other categories, as you mentioned here, Key. And Lindsay van de Weyde, originally an Oregon Duck. Her coach, Matt Ulmer, was here tonight watching a variety of his former athletes play. We had Rita Stubbs, now the head coach at Arizona. She was here on Arizona Volleyball Night. That entire club was here. Nice crowd on a Sunday night as we look forward to the end of our championship weekend tomorrow and crowning a champion. Could it be this woman right here, number 4, Brittany Abercrombie, a rookie in AU, but not a rookie to professional play.
Yeah, she's bringing all that experience playing in South Korea. A very difficult league to get into, let alone to thrive in. And she knows what it's like to just get set over and over and over. The opposite is always a go-to in Korea.
Out of the timeout, tip popped up and rejected back. Kaz Brown does not care. Anything on top of the net, she's just going to throw the other way. And that one's going to go down as a kill.
It's good vision to do that as well. A lot of players will think, let me just put this ball to the ground as fast as possible. No, she recognizes that that backcourt's way open.
5 kills, 5 blocks, Kaz Brown. Dig middle back, van de Weyde. And another put away. Brittany Abercrombie is on fire. That's 14.
Yeah, she's not going to be kept down for very long. She's been consistent all season long for good reason. She finds ways to score. Now, it's that cross that's working. So just, for me, the inside hand of Karis Watson, floating a little bit too much, opens that up, and then it's easy pickings for Abercrombie.
Team Kingdon-Rischel looking for the right solution. Becca Latham and Taylor Bruns-Tegenroot check in with the double sub, and Bruns-Tegenroot goes directly to the middle, and Watson for the kill. So they'll see it for three rotations. They can score a few points here and get back in this set. They were right in it at 11-11. It has been a steady advance from their opponent since. Captain misses wide right, 22 on the board.
Unlucky, but you see what she's trying to do there. Going directly at Temi Thomas-Alara, staying well away from Morgan Hentz on the other side.
Second one to Watson is rejected. Double block up there, Thader and Bug. I believe Emily Thader got all of it. 23.
And I love to watch the matchup between middles and setters. So Thader, you know, having played with Taylor Brunsteigenroth over the season, knows what she wants to do.
Latham tries the tip, instead it's rejected, and we are at a set point, sweep point, for our 4th straight sweep of the weekend, despite some incredibly close sets.
The sweep end.
Yes, indeed. Latham with the kill. She fights it off. Second sweep point.
I wonder if this change was made a little too late. Maddie Kingdon Rochelle waiting until almost set point to do it.
That ball's passed over. Rosenthal is dug by Hens. Be aggressive. Rolled to the middle back. Captain gets aggressive. There's another point. Although it might be all academic for Team Kingdon Rochelle.
Yeah, those individual points crucial, but the win points much more so, and she'll be feeling that as we see the reshuffle of the table.
That'll be 8 points for the kill. Latham, good touch. She'll turn and collect herself. Nothing to be done with that. Thader didn't get enough. In fact, she did. A little bit of confusion ends it. 25-17. And it's a straight 180 team points for these women here.
You see the elation on the faces of the gold side, because that might have done it. That might be the nail in the coffin in terms of Betty being in the championship chase against Abercrombie. But Brittany Abercrombie putting together a team that can win even when it's not easy, even when every team is not firing, every player is not scoring, still finding ways to win. And that's the story of the season for me. Brittany Abercrombie and choosing players that win.
Leaderboard pops in. You're starting to see some changes there. Abercrombie extending her lead. Kingdon Rochelle under fire. And in fact, Morgan Hens goes above with that 100 points for the set and, yes, Key, you're looking at it, set and overall victory.
1 point.
1 point.
Kingdon Rochelle and Hens. She overtakes her by 1 point. Wow. That's crazy.
So Brittany Abercrombie and this side, again, come out on the winning side. Brittany Abercrombie is 13-1 in matches this year. She is 30-12 in sets across all of those 14 matches.
Dominant performance by Brittany, and we talk about her being a rookie, but not a rookie in the world of volleyball. She is so phenomenally good at this sport, even when it's not her night, and I just love that for her.
Lindsay Vanderwaard in a supporting performance, 9 kills, 2 blocks, did a whole lot of passing and some digs. She's with Savannah.
Lindsay, to be a team that sweeps on back-to-back nights, what does that take from a group to be able to do that 2 times in a weekend, still a game left?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is the energy that we have together as this team. I think we gel super well. We have all the pieces that we need, and that shows clearly. We're consistent. Even when we're down, we come back, we win the set, so it feels great.
We watched that connection between you and Brittany Abercrombie develop with Maddie Bug almost in real time as the match developed. What did that take?
I was telling Temmie, Maddie Bug can really run a show, and clearly she was doing that. She doesn't rely on one hitter. She doesn't get stuck setting one way. She mixes it up, which keeps all the blockers on their toes. It really helps the flow of the game and keeps us on top. So,
with 1 game left in the season, how do you empty to the tank? What does that look like for this gold squad?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's going to be bringing it, including the other team, but the way we're playing together feels great, and I'm excited for the last game with them.
Thanks, Lindsay. Appreciate it. Kevin Key, back to you.
13 blocks as a team, 60 digs on that side as well, as we look forward to our upcoming matches tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, 9:30 Eastern, our final 2, match 29 and 30.
one more night of Athletes Unlimited. And if you've been watching all season and you do not tune in for this, when we could potentially see history being made, Brittany Abercrombie could be the first opposite to ever get the title. I mean, it's going to be fun. You better tune in.
Yeah, odds are looking pretty good for the number 4. She's done all the work necessary. Once again, our final scores, 75-56, Team Abercrombie. Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball continues Monday, 7 Eastern. For more information about where you can watch our championship conclusion, visit auprovolleyball.com. For Key Michael, Savannah Collins, and our entire crew, I'm Kevin Barnett. Thanks for joining us here on a Sunday.